welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be taking you through some of the series that I am going to finish this year. I think I'm making this video more of a goal for myself than actually to be informative, but I've got some series that I've either started or haven't started, or I'm just behind on, that I want to finish in 2017. So I realise I'm making this quite a way into the year, but I've got a while left, so I want to start and finish some of these, or I've already started them and I want to finish them, etc, etc. So yeah, I'm gonna show you some series that I'm gonna read. The first series that I would like to finish in 2017 is one that I started in 2017, and this book was actually the first book that I read this year, and that is Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rush. I read this as my first book of the year back in January, and I really liked it, and I don't know why I haven't picked up the second one, but I just haven't yet. So here's my note to self that I'm going to finish this series. You can probably see them up here, Ice Like Fire and Frost Like Night. I will finish them this year. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I've heard that the second one is harder to get through. I mean, it is substantially longer, and I've heard that not as much happens and it is just slower going. So hopefully that won't be too tough, but there you go. Number one, I will finish these. Number two is another one that I started this year, and I read the first book back in January, and that is the Throne of Glass series. I say finish this series. I realise I won't be able to finish this one because it's not all out, but I want to be up to date by the end of the year. So I want to have read up to Empire of Storms by the end of this year, and if anything else comes out then that as well, but I don't know about release dates with these books. I have honestly got no idea. But I want to be up to date with this series. I've read the first one and the second one, and I've got book babbles for both, so I will leave links to the book babbles for Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight, which is here. I have done book babbles on both of these. I liked the first one better than the second one, but neither of these have blown me away. But I have heard that the third one is where it gets good. So hopefully the third one will be where it gets good, and I will be in for a better journey from there on, because currently I'm not entirely invested, and after reading Crown of Midnight I did actually say to myself, like, okay, I need to take a break from these because they're just not grabbing my attention. I mean, it took me like 3 weeks to get through this, and it's not that large. If I was into it I could have read this in like 3 days, not 3 weeks. There we go. But I would like to finish the series anyway because it's beloved, and I know that it gets better with age. So there you go. Second series. I suppose naturally that would take me on to another series that I wanted to finish this year, and I actually already have, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J Maas. I've read the first one, I've read the second one, and the third one was released obviously on the 2nd of May, and I've finished that as well, and I loved them. But I am actually currently doing a reread of these. At the point of filming this, I'm halfway through the first one. So I hope to read the entire series again this year because I love it so much. And I'm so glad to be starting from the beginning and pointing everything out. I am actually filming a vlog as I go, like pointing out bits that lead to things later on, and the bits of foreshadowing and how things differ, and bits that might be like not adding up in my head or whatever, but I am filming as I go, so hopefully you'll see that around at some point. But I have finished this, but it was one that I wanted to finish this year, and I have succeeded. So it's kind of a cheat one, but not really. Next is a series that I'm actually quite close to finishing, and I have read most of them already, and that is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, so The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. I have read The Raven Boys, I've read The Dream Thieves, I have read Blue Lily Lily Blue, and The Raven King is actually next on my TBR after the book that I'm currently reading. So hopefully this series will be wrapped up sooner rather than later, but at the same time I don't want it to end because I love it so much, and the first 3 books have been amazing and I don't want it to be over. So I've kind of been putting off reading the last one, and I feel like that's kind of responsible for a little slump that I've been in because all my heart's wanted to do was read The Raven King, and I haven't let myself because I don't want it to be over, and that's really sad. But that's how my brain works. But yeah, I love these. If you haven't read them, I completely recommend them because they are amazing. They're so magical, so immersive. And Maggie's writing is beautiful and I love them. And the characters are amazing, and I don't think I could praise these books enough, actually. The next series that I want to finish is a trilogy, and that is the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy. I'm currently reading A Darker Shade of Magic. I have been reading this for a really long time because I put it down when A Court of Wings and Ruin came out and read that. So it then took me a little bit to kind of get back into the flow of this, and I am enjoying it, but I feel distracted whilst reading it. It's not that I'm not enjoying it at all, but I think because I put it down to read ACOWAR, picking it back up again, I'm a bit distracted. But that's not the book's fault at all. That is entirely mine. I am actually really enjoying it. It's completely up my alley. The magic is amazing. The characters I'm really loving. The writing I'm really loving. So yeah, I'm excited to finish this and continue with the series. Next we have a duology. So does it count as a series? I don't know, because it's just 2 books, but I'm including it anyway, and that is Passenger and Wayfarer, which is up there. But these books, I've heard very mixed reviews about these. Some people really liked it, some people thought it didn't live up to the hype or their high expectations of it, so I'm kind of gonna go into it not expecting too much. But I bought these completely because their covers are beautiful. No other reason other than that, because I am weak, but the covers are just so pretty. They're not particularly short books, but there is only 2 of them, so I hope to get through them this year and just hope that my cover buy hasn't gone to waste, because I do really want to read them. They're about time travel as far as I know. I heard something about pirates, but I don't know if that's entirely accurate, so I don't really know a lot about this book, and I think I want to keep it that way so that my expectations aren't too high or too low, and I'm just on kind of neutral ground going into them. And finally, the last book on my list of series that I want to read this year is one that I am possibly looking forward to the most, and that is 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I haven't read the Grisha trilogy, and I don't plan on, but I've been told that I don't need to read these, so I'm not too bothered by that. But I have heard insane things about this book. I know it is loved by so many people, and I just hope that I'm one of those people as well. So I plan to read this duology at some point during the rest of this year, so 6 of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. And again, with it being a duology, it's not excessively long, so it's not a goal that isn't reachable. It's definitely something that I should be able to do this year. But yeah, I can't stop myself having excessively high expectations for this book because I've heard too many good things about it, so I'm really looking forward to this. So there we have it. There are 7 series that I hope to finish this year. If we were to look at my bookshelves, there are other series that I haven't finished and do want to finish, but I just don't think I'm going to do it this year, so I'm not including them. Hopefully I will do them eventually, but I don't foresee it being in the next year because they're just not necessarily calling to me that much, whereas these ones are. I'm going to leave it at that. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, chat to me down in the comments, and if you aren't subscribed and fancy it, I'm always eternally grateful for that. I upload every Wednesday and Sunday, and I will see you next time.